Hello and welcome or welcome back to Biralo Bay. In the episode today, we are going to be focusing on finishing up the beautification of our little city here. We got about a little neighborhood done already. I want to do this other large neighborhood today, kind of finish that up. I think it'll be a little bit easier than the last one since we kind of know what we're doing now. And definitely fixing up the high schools, elementary schools, all of that fun stuff, make like a proper campus for them today. That's what we're going to be doing. And building our first large city park. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so while we have our high density residential booming up, I think this is a good opportunity to start to take another look at this neighborhood here. So something that I really want to do is I want to properly set up our schools. So typically when you look at like a map of a city and you kind of hover over either whether it be an elementary school or a high school or whatever, they usually take up basically a whole city block, like a whole like residential block. So right now we kind of have, I think our school is just sort of squeezed in wherever we could fit them previously. Yeah, we've got one up here and one down here. So since we have some more high density residential coming up, we aren't going to need all of these houses anymore. So I'm thinking what we can do is clear some proper space for our elementary schools and our high schools. So I have a school here. Let's just do, I don't know what's happening to that building. I guess it's upgrading. But we'll at least get rid of this many for, I actually think we will need to clear out a little bit more than that. Let's do this whole area to here maybe. And then typically what we would want, so this is the elementary school. It's kind of cute actually, I think. Yeah, so that's the parking on the side. This would be kind of like the front of the building, I think. Like if I try to move it, yeah, that's the front of the building. So I want to start with a road that gets us our little drop-off area. So I am going to move this just out of the way for free for a moment, just so that it's, you know, less in our way. And then let's do a street. So what's the smallest street option that we have? A dirt road. Yeah, okay. So this is definitely the smallest road that we have available, which is totally fine. I'm gonna do just a little cul-de-sac in here. So we do something like this, maybe come around. Yeah, that's good enough. To like here and back. Basically a little drop-off route. And then we can move this back on the grid just to make sure that it snaps properly to the center. There we go, just like that. So that's kind of the idea, and basically all of this is the school campus now. So, schools obviously usually have fields in the back. So we'll decorate up the field a little bit, add some playground equipment, and I think it would be worth making this whole thing a park zone, because usually, you know, there's parks attached to elementary schools at the very least. So let's do that. Let's do park area. We'll paint this whole block a park area. And we'll go to like here, and then we can do is have another road that maybe connects these two, and then we'll have houses. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense for our school to be kind of blocked off, or our school area to be cut off by a road. There we go. Let's make sure that doesn't really cover the street too badly. There we go. I think we can make that work. And then, since it is technically a park, I think we need a park entrance. I guess we'll see. Maybe I don't have to put an entrance. I'm not totally sure. But there is our elementary school. So in the front here, I'm thinking maybe we just do something that looks a little bit more like a curated little garden. So let's grab some trees. And we can do some bushes as well. There we go. That doesn't look too bad, I suppose. Looks a little bit decorated at least. And then we can do something similar, maybe along the ground here. All right, there we go. That looks a little bit better, a little bit bigger playground. A bit more of a a curated field. Probably throw in a couple of trees, but obviously we want most of this to be open for kids to play around in. But it doesn't hurt to kind of throw in a little bit here and there. Let's see, what other trees look good? This. Yeah, I think that'll be good enough. A little bit of shade for them to play under, but for the most part, we want the field to be open so they can actually play on it. But I do think for anybody to really go in here and for this to be a proper park with visitors, we're going to need to throw in a park gate, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So let's throw in a small main gate. Or we could do... No. Let's do a small park main gate and let's like hide it by some trees over here. I think that'll be fine. And we can make this a little pathway to the side of the school here. Let's go in here. Let's go, or maybe we can even go to the actual concrete path and just do something like that. There we go. Kind of connects them together a little bit. We can also paint in maybe a little bit of pavement here. Oh, nope, we cannot. Let's not do that. All right, that's good enough. I think that'll be just fine. All right, there we go. That looks more like a proper elementary school campus right there. So let's throw in our residential on the other side of the street. We'll just do something like that, or maybe we'll give them some 4 wide houses as well. And yeah, so these are all just those. Ooh, look at that. Our buildings are coming up. Okay, so this is our wall-to-wall residential. This actually looks really good. I like that this is actually quite low rise. Nice. Okay. This is very cool. If only this ground was flat here, I would totally concrete this right in and make a little pathway going through there, but I don't know what this is going to look like. These are the green, okay, the self-sufficient buildings. Those actually look really good. I'm going to try with the pathways and kind of see how it looks. So let's put in, we'll make these pavement paths. And we'll make one going this way as well. I have a feeling this is going to look really strange. Does that work? Actually, you know what? It kind of works with the landscape on this one. So I think that's going to be fine. There we can go. There we go. We can do something like that. Okay, yeah, it does kind of flatten it a little bit. It doesn't look too bad. Let's try it over here. So, all right. Okay, yeah, that gives us lots of room for residential. I wonder what it would look like if I actually painted all of this concrete. I guess it would be kind of quite unrealistic because it's on an angle, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. We're not going to do that. I've already changed my mind. Okay, so there we go. We'll add in some trees and stuff like that. We've got, oh, they're running. And they're biking. Okay, good. They can bike on these paths. That's good to know. That's perfect. All right, so next I'm going to take this high school, the Institute of Creative Arts, and I'm going to do something similar that we did with that elementary school. So, it's kind of on a commercial stretch. Where would be a good place for this high school? I think this is the only other one in this area, right? Oh no, there's one over there too. That's a elementary school? Yeah, okay. That's fine. I think this corner right here would be a good one for it. So I'm going to dezone a zone that's wide enough for this. So this is how wide? 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10 wide. Okay. And then we'll do 2 on either side. And we'll do the same thing with the drop-off area that we did here. Okay, we'll do that. And then I think I kind of miscalculated my street a little bit here. Actually, you know what? That's okay. We can make this into just a little, more of like a sidewalk area. Sure, I think that's the best we're gonna get. All right, there we go. And then, yeah, I think it's gonna work out well. High school kids, they always hang out outside, don't they? All right, so that's not too bad. We certainly don't have as much field space as I was hoping for. But I wonder if it would be worth doing like what kind of sports complexes do we have right now? No. Okay, we actually have a sports hall and gymnasium. Okay, how big is that? Ooh, actually, that's not too bad. Okay. I think in that case, I'm gonna dezone all of this. And we'll use this whole area here for the high school. I also think a library would be good to have nearby here. But I also think we could put it on the other side of the street in like right in front of the park. I think that'd be totally fine. Okay, so varsity sports, aquatic center. How big? Oh wow! All right, yeah, no, that's gonna go on a big campus. It's not what we're looking for right now. We can do either a community pool, which doesn't really make sense for a high school, but I do think a gymnasium makes sense for a high school. So I'm gonna expand this road out a little bit further. This is kind of like even though it's the same size street, it'd be nice if I could do a smaller street. This will be our like school and drop-off street. Let's go in here. Gymnasium, perfect. Oh, it's a little bit too long, hey? Okay, in that case, I'm gonna wrap the street around the school to right here. Oh, come on, you can do it. There we go, that looks a little bit better. And then we can make it go this way. Trying to think, yeah, we'll line it up with the school here so that if we want to, we can make that road continue on. But overall, I think that looks pretty good. So we've got our liberal arts high school, is what I was gonna say, and our sports gymnasium. So I actually do think I'm gonna bring this all the way to the end here and then just wrap it around again. There we go, look at that. That's a pretty decent campus. High school, I think, is less in need of having like a field for kids to hang out on, so I think that's totally fine that it doesn't really have any kind of a field associated with it. I think that's gonna work out just fine. And it's right across from the park, which is awesome. Let's see. The library is a big building, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, the library is a pretty big building, so I wonder, I don't really want to encroach too much on this park. So I wonder if it's worth doing the library just on the other side of the street here. Also totally forgot to upgrade these roads, obviously. But if I dezoned some of this, I feel like we could do kind of the same thing we did with that, with the library here. And then maybe we can even make this a tiny bit more interesting by making our road come off at an angle. So I'd still like to do the kind of drop-off road for the library as well, but I'm thinking we could make it go more like from there to maybe here. And then at an angle like that. Will that fit there? Yes, like that. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, perfect. And then we'll make these, this residential area. Actually, that's kind of fine. I think it's fine to, well, no. We need to fix this a little bit. So we're not going to surround the library with houses. I don't mind a few houses backing onto the library from like this road here. But I think the road right around it, we're going to do not housing. So that we can actually make it kind of like a, like a public building. They usually have a bit of space around them, if nothing else. But that looks good. Do we have any other small, like a basketball court or something for the school here? Hospital, pool, no, that's not really what I'm looking for. I guess it would be in parks, wouldn't it? Yeah, here we go, we do have a basketball court, okay. So we could also add that in here, into our little sports and campus area. I think that would be nice. Let's just dezone a little bit more. now that we know what we're doing. And then maybe we even get rid of this and then just bring this road all the way to this street. And that way they have two different kind of streets that you can take to get up here. Yeah, there we go. That fits in there nicely. Same kind of trees and everything. And then I'll just fill the rest of back in here with with some trees and do a little bit of landscaping in the front here as well. That way it all kind of matches. Actually, no, I like the loop look, I think, better than this. So let's just bring this to here, right to the edge, and then down. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. I wonder if I can fix this. It's probably just gonna... Nope. All right. There we go. Better than nothing. All right. Okay. There we go. I like this. I like these changes. I think this is a little bit better. So this area here, what are these buildings? Okay, those are just drugstore, organic foods. Where did I put my... Okay. No, that's the elementary school. Okay, so I'm thinking... These are commercial buildings, right? Yeah, so I've got a little tiny pocket of commercial here, which I don't mind, but I think it would be nice to make this pocket more like the, what is it called? There's a district for commercial. This one, local and organic produce. That way they'll just have, I don't know, I think they'll be kind of a nicer buildings maybe. Pop up there for that, which is great. Grab a snack from the high school or whatever it might be from the library. I think it makes sense to have a little bit of residential around here. And then, yeah, the rest is looking pretty good. Though I also do think that the land around our library here deserves a little bit of landscaping. So I don't want to do too much. I don't want it to like be in a forest, but this is very obviously like the library property over here. So I think we could do a little bit of landscaping, some nice gardening in here, and maybe a fence to like knock off or block off the houses in the back here. So I'm just going to do that really quick and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, there we go. Nothing too exciting, but a bit more filled out in here. And I think that looks pretty good. We obviously want a bit of green space for, you know, people to hang out by the library and all of that. But I put a little bit of a space here with some benches and some kid stuff, and I got the big statue out front here and a little bit more gardening and all of that. So I think that works out quite well. Now, yeah, I think that covers a lot of what we've done so far. I think there's one more, there's one more elementary school. So I'll probably do that one. I'm just not really sure what the best place for it would be. Maybe this block right here. I think it'll be small. Like the other elementary school we did had a pretty big yard with it. This one might be a little bit smaller of a space, but I think that's totally fine. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. But other than that, I think the next step is to kind of fill in all of these weird spaces here between our housing. So some spaces I left intentionally because I wanted to do our pathway system on this side as well. So I'm kind of thinking like this area, for example, very easy, just kind of allow some pedestrians in through there and allow them all the way through here so that if we do put in some we will put in some transit. When we put in some transit, if there is like, this would be a good place for a stop because everybody from over here can very easily kind of walk across, walk right across to there and don't have to worry about driving everywhere. So that's kind of the idea here, just fill in a little bit with some pathways so that people can walk a little bit easier and with a little bit more greenery, I think. I don't know if there's like this space right here, which might be good for one of the parks that we put in on the other side last episode. And then maybe ones like this would be worth it to put a little park area in, but most of these are a lot smaller than the areas I left over here. So I think for the most part, it's just going to be filling in with kind of general green space more so than actual park space, which is totally fine. I think that also makes sense, yeah, to fill in like this with more green that kind of matches here, just to sort of block off the schoolyard and all of that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of fill in those little gaps again off camera. And then I think the next big thing we're going to do together is the city park. So there's this one here and there's the big one over here. So we'll get to that as soon as we have everything else filled in. All right, and there we are. So I filled this whole area in with a lot more foliage, which I think makes it look so much better, so much greener. Totally awesome. We've got a couple extra parks here. So we've got a little one right here, a little one right here. I fixed our elementary school, so it's got kind of its own little campus area in the corner here. And what else? Yeah, our pathways, there are all these kind of tree-lined pathways here. I added a couple of extra ones too, just to like make sure that we have some connectivity going through some of these areas where the roads cut off a little bit. But other than that, I think this pretty well covers what we wanted to cover. I can't really think of anything else that I wanted to do before jumping into the parks. So I have a pretty grand vision for this big park. I'm wondering if maybe we leave that for last and just kind of do up this little one a little bit here first. So first things first, we definitely don't need these power lines anymore. Now that we have actual power coming to here. I am thinking, so this whole thing will be a park. The cemetery will be in it. I think I've already kind of made this a whole park area. So I'm thinking maybe we have one entrance here, and then obviously like an entrance on this side, and then maybe even an entrance on this side too, because we have a gap there anyway. So let me just bring this, oops, nope, let me just bring that over there, so that we can do that. And then maybe I'll unzone just this house here. So like that should just get rid of that one. And then we can put some gates in. So main gate, I think, is going to be maybe from this street here. That could do it. So maybe, yeah, sure. I guess it doesn't really matter which one is the main gate. Although I guess maybe we want parking for this park. So maybe I'll do the main gate here and I'll do the parking main gate. So let's go into city parks. We can do this one here that has parking attached to it, and we can just make it simple for now, and maybe put it right up against the edge here. I think that'll work quite well. And then we can add in a couple of side gates, a small side gate. We can add one here and one up here. This house is going to get taken down anyway, I think. Yeah, I think that should be, actually we could add one down here too, just to have it in there, maybe right there. Easy enough. And then I think this one's gonna stay fairly simple. I'll connect up these pathways, and we'll just use the same, we'll use the city park path because I like how it's a bit more, or I like how it matches. I like how it matches the pathway from the, my goodness, I can't talk and do anything at the same time, apparently. I like how it matches the pathway of the entryways, is what I meant to say. So that's good. Let's just connect like that. There we go, a little wavy. Makes it a little bit more organic looking. And then I think I want to do a fence all the way around the outside. So I don't know if we have this fence at all. Let me just take a look through them first. Yeah, so it doesn't look like we have anything that looks like that at all. So I think I might just stick with the park fence for here, just because I think it looks good. It's sleek. It kind of fits the bill quite well. So if I bring this all the way to here, yeah, okay, that works. I'm just going to surround this whole park with this park fence. All right, there we go. And then I think let's just add in a bunch of this city park stuff so that hopefully we can get this one leveled up and unlock some things for our next one. So a plaza would be nice. I just don't know if we have a good place for one here. I wonder if I should have done it right off of the parking lot. That might have been better. And then we could just have pathways coming off of that. All right, there we go. We've got the pathway in, and that's looking pretty decent around the plaza there. So what else do we have right off the bat here? We've got a cafe, restrooms, and an info booth. So okay, I mean, sure, why not? What if we put the info booth just across from the plaza here, right off the entrance? I think that makes sense. And then I don't know if this is really a park that would have like a cafe and a restroom, but I think we might need them to level this park up. Yeah, we need more entertainment. So let's start with the washroom. I mean, a restroom is always good to have, kind of in general. Let's stick it over here. And let's see if that's enough or if we need to get, yeah. We need to put the cafe in. That wasn't even entertainment. I don't think that counted at all. Okay, so park cafe, let's just put it right next to, oh, come on. There we go, right next to the restrooms there. That's okay, I think. And then where are we at? All right, now we're over. So The rest of this, I think I want to keep it fairly natural looking, like less curated. The other part's going to be super, not curated. I don't know why I keep using that word. Manicured, I think is kind of the word I'm looking for. The other part's going to be very manicured. So I think I'm just going to kind of fill this in with our general foresty brush for now. And then obviously a bunch of these trees will have to go when we get more items to put in here. Not that I don't think this is going to be a full level park. The full level park is going to be the big one. But still, we might want to put in a couple of like gazebos and stuff in here too. We'll see, but there we go. Look at that. And a whole bunch of buildings around are upgrading too. So that's awesome. All right, so last but not least for this episode, it is time officially for what is currently called Garland Hill. I don't think that's going to be our final name for it, but it is what it is. So let's see, Tulane Road. So I want to do a little roundabout here to kind of make our entrance into this park. So yeah, I think that'll be fine. So let's kind of bring this out a little bit. Let's put all our snapping on for now. Let's just bring it in to like 2, and then we'll bring it over. Oh no, we can't. Okay. Let's bring it in like 4 instead. We'll bring it out. The minimum looks like 3. And then I want to do a cute little curve here. So 2, 2, 2, and 2 like that. There we go. And then I want to do the same on this side. So bring it out 3, and then a nice little curve in. 2 out, 2 over, 2 out, 2 over. And then finish it up with a straight piece. There we go. And then that means we can attach the park main gate to this part right here. I can't center it, unfortunately, but that's okay. It'll be fine, I think. Just like that. And then, yeah, maybe we can even add, I don't know if this is going to work or if it's going to kind of get messed up, but maybe we can add a little pathway so people can walk into the park from here. Oh, that kind of works. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. And then we can add a crossing right in front of here. I believe if we go into road tool, we go into node manager here. We can add a node right there, which might add a crosswalk. That did not add a crosswalk. Okay, interesting. I wonder, maybe we can't do that then. That's fine. Okay, it's just not worth it having a path in here if they can't cross the street over there anyway. People can walk around and go to the park. It's not that far. All right, so yeah, here it is. I think what I'm gonna do for this one, I'm not gonna explain my way through this whole thing because it's gonna be pretty big, but I will let you guys watch it in kind of like a speed build sort of situation. So let's just dive right into that. And just like that, we have our first big city park. So I'm really excited about how this turned out. It wasn't, I don't know, nothing's perfect, but I think this layout worked out quite well. So let's just start over here in the corner on this side. So here is just a little sitting and eating and hanging out area. We've got the cafe, we've got the restrooms, and we have the info booth. All kind of in this little plaza right here. I think everything kind of fit in quite nicely. There's a little bit of dead space back here, but I think that's totally fine to just kind of leave as is. I added a bunch of extra benches in there, so there's lots of space to eat, all of that. I did leave a lot of green, well, not a ton, I guess, but I tried to leave a decent amount of green space in here too, because I mean, what do people realistically come to a park for? They come set up, maybe they sit at some of the benches, or maybe they just come and set up a little picnic blanket and all of that and hang out in the grass. So I didn't want it to be too full. I did want some green space there, but I decided to go for this sort of circle theme. I think it looks cool from the sky, and I think it works quite well for like, a nice little place to walk around. So got a couple of them here. This first little one, we threw some of the chess benches in here so people can come and sit and play. There is a playground on this side and just a little garden on this side with a couple of special trees. So pretty simple, but I think it worked quite well. And it kind of gives a nice little look to it. And over here we've got the plaza, because of course we need more points for our entertainment or whatever it is, value in here. And then on this circle here, we've got a few little food stands from I don't know if these are actually interactive. I think they might just be props, but I think they're kind of cute. Threw in some benches kind of around the outside, so same sort of thing. You can set up and hang out with your family for the day and picnic or whatever it might be. I left this center part open because I want to do the what are they called? The gazebos. I think is what they're called in this game. Yeah, so I would like to do the gazebos. I don't know which ones will fit better, but I'd like to either do one in the center if it's large enough, or like maybe even 4 coming off the sides in this area. So left it blank for now, but once we unlock those, we can put those in there. And same kind of with this area here. I think I want to put some stuff over here in this little loop, but we got to see what else we unlock. There's quite a few like things in here to unlock. Like we've got the climbing frame, we've got I don't know about the trampoline park, but yeah, we also might put a few more. Yeah, like the park chessboard I think would be cool. We could like stick it off to the side of one of these circles somewhere. And then yeah, we could put a bunch of gazebos around off of the pathways and stuff once we get them, so that we can hopefully get this to a full star park. I don't know if it's quite big enough, but hopefully we'll see if we can get it up all the way. But yeah, that is what that looks like. So with at least our first 2 neighborhoods starting to look really good and a lot more done up, we still have to obviously do this one over here, but these 2 are looking significantly better. I think that is a good place to end today's episode. So as always, let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions. Let me know what you liked about this episode, maybe things that you didn't like about the episode. If you have any tips to make the videos better for you to watch or anything like that, I'm happy to hear all of that kind of stuff. And I will talk to you in the next one.